Centurions is here, and even though the market's going to start coming down, we're still going to make coins off of out-of-pack investing, fodder, and flipping these Centurions cards. Welcome to Trading to Glory. If you're looking for cheap and safe EAFC 24 coins, look no further than u4gm.com and use my code ELYT, ELYYT, for 5% off at checkout. For the last couple of episodes on the channel, I've been preaching about out-of-pack golds like Griezmann, who we got for close to 100,000. I think the most I paid was 106, and we have 6 of him, one more there in the club. And if we take a look at his price now, we're looking at 123,000 coins, and I really don't see any reason to sell quite yet, as I'm probably going to hold this card out of packs as it continues to go up throughout the weekend and sell around Monday-ish. And so those cards are holds, and that's a great way to make coins this weekend if you got in on those already. But there are more cards than just him going out of packs, which we'll get into with Centurions here shortly. But one thing I took advantage of yesterday during marquee matchup supply, and there probably is going to be another wave of supply at content release today, was I picked up Squad Building Challenge fodder. SBC fodder is a great way to at least make some safe coins during what I think is going to be a decent market drop during the Centurions promo. Last year, what we saw during November was a huge drop at the beginning of November. In fact, it was a market crash by every definition, and we might see it again this year. But even if it's not a huge crash, it's going to be a drop. And so fodder was one of those card investments that held their value throughout. Rashford, of course, is one of the FUT Centurions in this promo, and Rashford as well has already risen into the hype of going out of packs. Now, this card is going to take a little bit longer to go up because Griezmann's been out of packs since Wednesday, but as you can see, we got for 183, and he's already 207,000 coins. So if you got in on those investments, drop me a GG down below in the comments, and hopefully you're making some coins already. And then for the low budget guys, we also got Frimpong for like 3,000 to 4,000 coins each. I picked up a few of those just for my low budget guys, just to so you guys know that I'm not leaving you out to dry, and I'm also making some low budget investments, even though most of my coins go into some more expensive cards. So today we're going to see a new squad building challenge. Now, I'm not exactly sure which one they're going to drop today, but I do know that we are going to see somebody replace the Rodrigo SBC, which we got on the first day of Trailblazers. So I'm expecting a FUT Centurions SBC on the first day of FUT Centurions, and it's either going to be Mikhailo Mudryk or it's going to be Martin Odegaard, who I'm a little bit more excited for, despite the fact that Mudryk's pace is probably going to be absolutely juiced. And these promo cards for FUT Centurions are actually based around the number 100, like Century 100, Centurion 100, but I'm actually not sure exactly how these cards link to that number 100. A lot of people are kind of speculating maybe Mudryk is coming as a Centurion SBC because of the 100 million pound transfer that he got, which is insane, by the way, but we'll get back to the EAFC investments. Odegaard is one of those SBCs that could actually move a couple of investments because a lot of people like his inform. Despite his pace, he's one of the better attacking mids in the Premier League, and now he's getting another boost on that inform, which means that he's going to be even more usable, and maybe they'll even give him a weak foot upgrade. That's probably the biggest factor on that card. Nonetheless, it's probably going to move some investments like Erling Haaland. This card's 193,000 coins, and you can see over the past couple of weeks, he's only been dropping in price. His lowest point at about 190, which is basically what we're at right now. So I think that this is one of the safer investments. If you're going to pick up any meta cards today, it could be Erling Haaland. I'm not saying you should go out and spend 200K on this card, but if you're getting an undercut right now, it might be a risk worth taking, because I think if this Odegaard is a good value SBC, Haaland will go up. But if Odegaard's a bad value SBC, Haaland will probably drop, just because, one, we're going to see a lot of supply today, and two, investors who invested and aren't going to get that demand are also going to undercut. So it could go either way. It's a high risk investment, but I wanted to throw it out there for anybody who wanted to take that risk. Nonetheless, guys, we're also going to see that Mudryk. So I think just the demand for the Premier League players in general is going to go up. We saw a little bit of a shift in focus towards La Liga as those Player of the Month and SBCs came out, a little bit to Bundesliga over the past couple of weeks, or past week or so, and now it's probably shifting back to Premier League. So any links in the Premier League are a little safer than the rest of the game. Now, we are going to get another objective as well. That's probably going to drop today or tomorrow. It's Danilo Pereira. I don't think it's going to move the market that much, really. Obviously, he's got Portuguese and PSG links, but I don't think too many people are going to go out of their way to get this objective just to put him in their starting 11. It's going to be one of those SBCs in which people might, or objectives in which people might throw on their bench. I don't think people are really building a team around this fella. So, of course, fodder is something that we could pick up as a safe investment, but we also have those out-of-pack golds to hold on to. That's not the only way we can make coins, because today, trading is going to be possible with flipping these new FUT Centurions cards. On Twitter, I asked, have you saved any packs for FUT Centurions? And a lot of the community has said yes, they have saved packs. That's a pretty significant amount of the community that's about to rip packs at the same time at content release today. Now, last week with Trailblazers, we didn't see a lot of people save packs, but there was still opportunity to make coins on them, as this card, Rafael Leao, went from 1.28 all the way to 1.4 million coins in about an hour or two, and then dropped back down to 1.28 and rose to almost 1.4 million again. That's two opportunities to make 50 to 60K after tax on a card after just a couple of hours. It's definitely possible on day one if you time it right, and we've got a lot of FUT Centurions cards that I think are going to work for this, like Marcus Rashford, Gayoro, and then on top of that, you've also got a lot of the new icons with FUT Centurions, which, by the way, EA, there is no reason we need an upgraded Hullet in October. There's just absolutely no way. Get a grip. This should have been a downgraded Hullet on his base card, because his base card is like 3.3 million coins. We could have used a cheaper Hullet, but you decided to upgrade him in October. Why? Road to the Knockout cards have now played their second match that qualifies them for an upgrade, and if they've won both matches, they're going to get a +1 inform upgrade. And so we've got Erling Haaland, who have won both of their matches with Manchester City. You've got Robert Lewandowski and Luka Modric both winning both of their matches, and so they are going to get a win upgrade. But if we take a look at some of these cards like Lewandowski, we'll actually see that Lewandowski, despite the fact that they won the match and he's subject to go from a 92 to a 93, we sold at 550,000 coins, and he dropped after winning the match all the way to 500,000 coins. And he's starting to recover into the hype of his upgrade, but he's still not back at his peak, and now he's at 530K. So that is proof to you guys that you should always sell into the hype of these matches. Don't ever hold into the games, because even if they do win, you're still going to end up not getting as many coins that you could have. Luka Modric is another example, a very hyped up card, but he peaked at 386,000. I sold for 378K, and he dropped all the way down to 340K on average for that hour. He was actually at about 330 for some of that hour before he starts to recover. And so we're learning from that recovery that there is another opportunity to get in on these cards that end up winning their game and getting an upgrade, that they're going to drop after their game, and we can actually buy those cards back, which is exactly what we did with the Road to the Knockout team number 2 and team number 1. Now, those aren't the only cards getting an upgrade. We have Edin Dzeko, who's an 89 rated potentially now, and could go up to 90 if they get out of their group, which I think they will, as they're in the Conference League. And so that card's probably going to go to 90 rated, which is going to go up in price just because it's fodder. So that's a card to look at. Luis Diaz is going to get his upgrade, potentially going to 88 now. And then we've also got Huth, who is out of the tournament, so that card is completely dead. Same for Millard with Manchester United women. Those women's cards did not live up to any hype that there was going to be with them getting into RTTK. Not very well executed by EA. Also a little unlucky on the cards they chose, because unfortunately neither of them made it past the first match. But we also have Aouar and Diego Carlos both getting upgraded, as well as Darmian if you did that objective, Leimer with Bayern, Andre Silva with Real Sociedad, Hector Bellerin in that FBC, and then the very hyped up Piero Hincapié. So all of those cards are going to get upgrades going into the next couple of days. We don't know when the upgrades are going to be, but I expect that once they do get their upgrade, they're actually probably going to come down in price a little bit. Now, I'm not going to buy anything, whether it's an RTTK or a Trailblazers Team 2 card, until Friday at content. I don't want to buy beforehand and then see a lot of panic with this new promo. Maybe EA surprise us with something, or maybe this promo is just super hyped up. I'm not expecting the market to crash a ton, but I do know that there's a lot of people who have invested in these cards and might be, holding them into Friday, which is never really a great thing to do, even though they are going out of packs. So I might actually pick up a couple of these cards tonight if they get panic sold enough. But I'm going to wait and see what happens on Friday at content, and then I'll make my decisions then. So you'll see that in the next episode of Trading to Glory on the cards that I do decide to pick up on Friday. But right now, it's kind of tentative. We'll see where the market goes with the hype and panic with Centurions team number 1. But that's it for today, guys. If you made it to the end of the video, do not forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below safe investments if you made it to the end of the video. I want to appreciate you for watching all the way to the end. It does help out the channel. And of course, that's kind of been the vibe over the last couple episodes. Make safe investments, don't take too many risks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.